Hi folks, and welcome to the Milk channel. I'm in the woods again, and I thought I'd show you two things. One is a really interesting knife, which is a little bit counterintuitive to some, and including myself, but it is interesting no less. And I am talking about the Russelli R100 Hunter. Now this knife design is really special, and if you grip the handle, first thing you notice, it is absolutely huge, and it feels actually, to me, it felt completely out of place at first, but actually you can get accustomed to it, and the handle is fitted with with teeth, with dental cement, and there is a steel bolster that is hollow and grips the handle from both sides, leading to a really rather relatively high stability. Also adding to stability is the tang, which is rather wide at that point, and just has a little bit of a taper, but it's only reaching that far, which actually is one specialty of Russelli. They are really light, they are really dexterous, even this big brute of a knife, and they are not suitable for battening. The sort of battening you see in the survival videos, and you can easily split a sensible diameter of wood, but if you overdo it, it will break in. That's because, it's disputable, obviously, anyway. But I'm not discussing this here. Maybe on another occasion, again, but not now. The blade is forged from C75 steel, which is a carbon steel with 0.75% carbon in it, and iron, obviously, and nothing else. The hardness is acclaimed 60 HRC, but I don't think it is that hard. I don't know, I haven't checked yet, and actually this is a rather special knife, and needs a lot of adaptation. It is reputed to be a really great elk hunting knife, and a lot of people I know who are actually into elk hunting, and I'm talking moose for you guys over. This is a really cherished tool, and people say it works a cinch. I don't know, because I'm not a hunter, and what I can tell, however, is the carving capability, and this is what I want to find out with you now. I have here some hazel, and I think I'll make sort of a butterfly mounting. This can only be a model, obviously, because it's rather small, but that way you could make a pot hanger, really nice and adjustable pot hanger, and I'm curious whether I will be able to do this with just the Hunter. And what I'm doing now is I'm cutting off the a piece that will become the hanger. Take note, it already split, which is convenient for what I'm wanting to do. And actually that chunky handle can really grow on you, and it lends itself to be really comfortable if you have to apply a lot of force, and this is a working knife. And I will say something about the rather awkward shape in a minute. I'm just cutting off, and now I'm cleaning off because I broke the last piece off. I'm not doing it as cleanly as I could because, well, it's just a demonstration. What I want to do now is I want to carve a notch, and this I roll the blade on the wood in order to mark off the limits of it, and then I take the other piece like so in order to estimate how wide it is, has to be, and I take away some 5 millimeters on each side, and you will see why that is in a minute. And like that. I messed up a little bit. What I want to do now is, starting with a scooping cut from one mark, I'm carving towards the stop cut. Now I'm left with something like this, and I remove the material again by rolling the blade across the diameter of the wood. This is rather dry hazel. I cut it off because I don't want to harm the tree any. And what you can see is how I'm carving. It's a scooping cut towards one end of the stop cut of the notch I want to carve, and I'm using my tip. And you need to one thing in favor of this knife is really that the tip is rather versatile for a hunting knife, for a dedicated hunting knife, and this is actually not too bad for a knife like this. And I'm putting on another stop cut like so, and another scooping cut, another stop cut, and so forth. Then now I want to go to the other side in order not to have too many difficulties carving the other side. I try to be as safe as possible, and so again I'm rolling the knife to deepen the stop cut like so, and now I'm working the edges of the notch like so, removing the edges. Actually, if you use a dedicated slöjd knife, this would be way faster and way more convenient. But if this is all what you got on you, and you can always make do. This is actually something that's really great if you practice and practice and practice and practice some more, and because you will maybe you will produce a lot of crap. I know, because I did, and the secret is not to let it bother you too much, and just keep on practicing. And well, you need to be ready to acknowledge if you made a mistake. It's not that. This is what I mean when I say you don't need to be the next big thing, and just fire away, go nuts, and so I am left with something like this. What I want to do now is I want to make sort of a butterfly shape. I want to, starting with the edges, I cut off the edges at an angle. You look at that. See that? And cutting off the excess. I cut off the edges because it's easier that way to create a base for carving the butterfly fitting, and you don't need all of the surface, and carving that ever deeper. If you use this rolling motion, you are left with a cleaner surface, which might come in handy if you do something like this. Actually, I got a bit of a resistance on the wood because this is speaking in favor of hazel. Hazel is a really awesome wood in that it really carves a cinch when you're carving it fresh and green, and is really get dries out rather hard, and this is something that's really great. And so hazel is really great wood for carving stuff in the woods for camp shores or something, because it's easy to carve with simple implements, and but it's also it dries out really hard and durable. And same reason hazel is used for walking sticks, because on the one hand it's rather light, and on the other hand it's also really durable, and that makes it a really great construction wood, and also great for hiking stuff. It's not as resilient as, say, blackthorn or hawthorn or something. If you want to really whack something with it, that's not that great with hazel, but that's whining on a really high level, actually, because yeah, I've carved with better knives for that. Actually, this the steel doesn't hold an edge too well, and well, it's maybe it's the grind. Maybe I messed up the grind a little bit, but also the knife is rather thick. What you're left with now is something like this, and now it's the time to take a look at this piece here, and to fit it to our mortise. Maybe some more cleaning up. I'm getting eager again, so that's not good. And cleaning it up a little bit takes just a little bit more time, and offers a huge payoff. So don't be silly like me, don't get eager. Take your time. And it's actually apologies if it's not the cleanest work you have ever seen, because I'm just sitting in the woods whittling with a knife that's not designed for the task, and actually I don't have a lot of time to, and so I'm carving. What tends to happen with this sort of connection is that there is sort of a belly always there, but and that's not so good for the fit and finish. And so what I want to do now is just cleaning up that surface, because this will go in there. See? If you split something down the middle, like that, you want to remove the marrow, the pitch, and this is because the pitch is problematic if you work with fresh wood. It may cause cracks, and I'm already carving. I'm carving off the splinters from the end, because splinters are also the fibers are also potential place where the wood may fail or crack or shrink or what have you, and I do a scooping, add a stop cut, because for the pot hanger it is better to have some sort of defined. It doesn't need to be too deep. Only that it depends on what cooking pot you have. You need to adapt your pot hanger design
to obviously to the cooking pot you have, and it doesn't need to be absolutely sophisticated.
Most of the time you won't take it home, or else you'll be left with a lot of pot hangers at home. Or maybe you carve yourself one and take it with you all the time. It's also possible. Now I'm checking, and I will carve sort of a facet along the and likewise on the other side. If you want, you can also make the surface a little bit smoother, and you see, well, actually the blade, I thought it were not keeping the edge too well, but actually was wrong. So what I am left with is already something that's pretty much fitting, but don't forget to put the right side up. And just a little bit, and you need to be rather careful. Don't remove too much at once, and keep in mind that you don't want to burn your fingers. So like so. And you're left with a rather versatile pot hanger. You can add sort of a tip, and you obviously need to adjust your pot hanger. This is a model, this is nothing that actually is something that would work maybe on a Trangia or something, and on a small Trangia stove or something, but you are left with something like this, and this is rather versatile in that you can rotate it as you want. You can also add other goodies. You could put this into, if you got a drill or something with you, you could put it in a hollow, or use your knife tip to hollow out another branch in order to make it move more freely. You can adjust the length of the beam, the cross beam, and obviously the length of the that piece, and just like that you are you can really make yourself rather comfortable. You need to adapt your fittings a little bit. This isn't too great, but given that this was the first time I carved something like this with this knife, I'm not too disappointed. So what do I think about the knife? Well, I would prefer a Slurry knife over this every time. As I said, it's if you're into Slurry, don't buy it. Or if you really want it, or you really dig that knife, and then, well, maybe it's for you. It's but it is a very specialized knife. And I wanted to say something about the handle, because the handle is really awkward. It works. It works with tasks like this too, but it isn't designed for that. It's not a slurred handle. It's this is something I think Hemo Rosselli developed, because there is a specialty if you butcher and dispatch an animal in the north. It is customary that with a puko, you in Germany there are the Jagdnicker varieties, and the Jagdnicker varieties always have some sort of cross piece like that, right? And so your hand is protected if you go like that. That's not the case with Pukot or Leukut, and obviously Leukut were the ones used for butchering and killing of reindeer and moose and what have you. And if they were, I wouldn't go near a moose, living moose with just a knife. So that I don't think they did that. And so, but what they did is they. This is the reason why a lot of Scandinavian hunting knives can be rather short. They put this one, the butt cap, the pommel of the knife in the palm of the hand, and stabbed between the ribs, then widened the slit and pushed it all the way through the heart chamber. And well, sorry for that. Sounds gruesome, but that's how it is. That's how you kill an animal. And if you can't do this or find that disgusting, well, maybe you should think about becoming a vegetarian or a vegan. And that's maybe an option. I'm not a vegetarian and not a vegan, but I have a lot of respect for people who constructively think about alternatives, and not the religious types. Don't get me wrong, but we need to stop this shit, because we are dying out as we get extinguished as a human race, and so maybe eating a little bit less meat. And I'm really talking about eating a little less meat. I'm not saying, well, you need to stop it altogether. That's not what I'm saying. But what I want to say is, this is the reality, and this is maybe one reason why this knife was designed that way. But Hemo Rosselli also wanted to cater to the needs of people who were more like this, who wanted some sort of finger protection or feedback. And you can also grip this short, as you have seen while I was whittling. The chunky handle is actually something, well, on the one hand, it feels really awkward, but as I said, it is also rather comfortable. Even if you are applying a lot of force, it rolls on you. You need to give it a try. And actually, for a long time, I haven't been too fond of this knife, but my opinion is currently changing a little bit, because it actually is. As compared to other hunting knives, it is a rather capable slurred knife too. It's far better than a lot of bushcraft knives if you want to carve. But as I said, it is not a dedicated slurred knife. And if you are into slurred, if you're into carving or something, and let's be honest, most of us common people who are not hunters, that's all we do in the woods. And why should we buy a knife that's not catering for our needs? That's not fun. If you know, I got that cold steel SRK in my drawers, and I bought it because at one point I thought it was a good idea to have something like this as a backup. Something, but if the grind doesn't do anything, It's not a knife, it's a pry bar. I am currently contemplating putting something more slicey on it, but on the other hand, it's rather new, it's rather unused, so I'd rather sell it again and get myself a Peltonen or something like that. Because, well, maybe it's a good idea to have something like that handy, but if it doesn't cut in a survival scenario and you're constantly trying to chop, that's not a good thing. And it's not fun, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm a huge fan of the Carpenter Pucco by Rosselli, though. And this is, if you're contemplating, well, hunting and something like that, well, you need to adapt, because there will be no battening because of the tang, and it's that and an axe, or that and a Carpenter Pucco and an axe, and it's awesome for food prep. It's awesome for a lot of things. It's don't get me wrong on that. It's just you need to make up your mind before you buy it, because it's a really specialized knife that you really need some time adapting to, because it's weird. It's weird in a good way, but it's weird. And the thing is, do I love this knife? Yes, I do. And actually, do I use that knife? Yes, I do. And can I put it to good use? Yes, you have seen it. And so, well, it's not always the tool. It's also what you can make from it, what you can make of it. And so, if you can, and this knife appeals to you in any way, buy it. There is also an UHC version, which is also really, well, it's a really interesting steel. I ranted about that in the other video about the Carpenter UHC, and well, it's not a super steel. It's an interesting steel with a historical pedigree, and if you like that, it's really expensive now. I got this when it was still on some 85 euros or something, and now it costs some 195 or something. I don't know, 150, 175. I don't know. So for the price tag, get a Castro. Seriously, because this is too weird to be the one knife you will use for everything. And well, that's not nice to say, but it's a great knife. And this is another case of Fimble Merkitis, I think, because I cannot say a lot of things against it, and it works, and it's just for the price tag, I cannot recommend it, and because it's too special. It's too if you are into moose hunting or elk hunting, then, well, that you might want to give it a go, but even then you need to adapt. It's not a traditional drop point skinner. You need another skinning technique, which works as cinch, by the way, but you need a lot of experience to do this. And this is a knife for a really experienced hunter who hunts big game. And if you are a really experienced hunter who hunts big game, you might want to give it a go. And if you're a bushcrafter and looking for an all-round knife for slate, for camp chores, this isn't it. Get yourself a custom, or if you're really into Roselli, they make a full tank version of the Carpenter Pucco, which will work a cinch in the camp and for everything you want to throw at it. It's also rather light and works. I think it will work really great. Not that it wouldn't work. You can make do. And what I want to say is, well, maybe it's a thing of love and hate, because there's a lot of hype going around the Roselli, and righteously so, because someone really thought about long and hard about the design of this knife. And I'm really fond of that, because this happens far too rarely. And someone wanted to make a knife that was different and worked better than every other knife. And well, if you do something like this, chances you leave the beaten path, and given that it needs a lot of adaptation, I think maybe Hemo Roselli. I love that guy, really. I love him. He's the sort of guy I would want to be around. He's someone I want to talk to beside the campfire. He's someone I want to learn from. He's really well accomplished blacksmith and bladesmith, but he's also a little bit boneheaded sometimes. I think there are occasions where you need to not to break down the wall, but pass the door that's open in the wall. And I think that this is why the knife is so different, and so it's actually quite great. If you can adapt to it, then it's really great. If you can throw away your prejudices and just teach your hand to adapt to it, it works great, and maybe better than other hunting knives. But not everyone can do this, and so I fear this is just a really niche product. Those who love it swear by it. And so this a really difficult topic, because the fans are almost religious about the Hunter R100, and I very much respect it and pretty much understand why that is too. It's because it is a really great knife. Only you need to make it great by adapting to it, and this is something that's not self-evident in modern culture, and maybe that's what hinders a little bit of success for the knife. So that's it. Don't ask Uncle Fingelmür, because he will always say yes and no. But I hope you enjoyed the video, no less, and as usual and almost ritually, I really would love you would enjoy the forest, take good care, stay sane and healthy, and I hope that to see you soon. Bye.